Welcome to our hometown. I'm Jim McCallum. We're here at the First Tee of Brunswick County, and we're going to talk about golf and the dramatic effect it has on our young adults here in Brunswick County. But first, let's hear from Judge Ola Lewis and Ray Wood. They're with the treatment courts here in Brunswick County, and then we'll be back and talk some more about golf. So stay with us as we explore more of our hometown. My guests are Judge Ola Lewis and Mr. Ray Wood from the court system here in Brunswick County. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We want to talk about treatment courts, but first, Judge, tell us what you do over and above the treatment courts.
Well, I serve as the senior resident Superior Court judge here in beautiful Brunswick County, where I am in charge of the fair administration of justice for Judicial District 13B.
And we'll get to the treatment courts, but for our viewers, we want them to know that you're a traditional and conventional judge. You hear all sorts of lawsuits, criminal, civil, money, contracts, a little bit of everything.
Yes, sir. I usually tell most folk that I preside over criminal matters from misdemeanor appeals to capital first-degree murder and civil matters as well.
And our viewers would be interested in knowing that you also travel about the state doing the same thing.
Have gavel, will travel.
Good, okay. We're moving on to treatment courts. Tell us what a treatment court is. Our viewers would like to know that.
A therapeutic or treatment court is a non-adversarial, non-traditional court setting where we have a team of professional individuals who meet on a bi-monthly basis to go over an individual's treatment plan, their modality, and also to determine whether they are in compliance with the orders of the court regarding what they should be doing to become drug-free and live the way in which we would hope they would live.
All right, let's break that down a little bit. These are individuals that have charges against them.
They are post-conviction courts, so they are on probation.
Okay. It's tough love, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Tell
Absolutely.
us about that.
Well, it is often a more rigorous probationary period than what someone would normally serve. They are required to attend court every other week. We have highly trained probation officers who check on them in the middle of the day and in the middle of the night. We have a court officer as well as a team of treatment providers and coordinators. Ray Wood, along with several others in our office, serve as court coordinators to oversee their progress.
Mr. Wood, you're one of those.
I am.
You keep track of the numerous individuals that you are in charge of. You counsel them.
Yeah.
You get information on whether they're complying with the rules of the game. And then on a periodic monthly or bi-monthly basis, you and the judge work with them in the courtroom. Is that correct?
Right. As the judge mentioned, we staff prior to court on every individual on our cases.
And you and the others are professionally trained counselors.
Not all.
Okay.
Some are licensed counselors and some are registered counselors.
Okay, I didn't know the difference.
Yes.
So we know they're very competent counselors.
We have Dr. Minky, who is our PhD.
Right.
We have Glenda DeBose, who is a licensed therapist, and myself, who is a registered substance abuse counselor, and then we have Neil Batten, who is a registered within the criminal justice system as someone who can assess.
Judge, I'm back to you. Because these individuals appear on a periodic basis in court.
Yes.
What's it like? What do you do with them once they appear?
Well, we have a conversation. Our research shows that at least 2 or 3 minutes with an individual talking about what they have been doing in the period while we have been away, whether they are meeting with their therapists, going to community-based group meetings, working, and we're really all in their business.
Right.
Want to know what the home life is like, because it's very important to have support on so many levels,
Absolutely.
especially at home.
Absolutely. What are some of the sanctions that you might impose in the event one is not in compliance?
Well, we have graduated sanctions that we use for the program, starting with journaling to tell us what you do on a daily basis. We impose community service, and for those in serious violation, we might give a 3-day dip.
Now, tell our viewers what a dip is. I know, but our viewers may not know.
Yes, sir. A 3-day dip simply means some jail time. But along with the punishment, there is also a therapeutic approach, because
Sure.
if someone is continuing to test positive, then we reassess the treatment to see if there's something we need to do differently there. And so it is really a group effort. It takes a village, and we employ those methods in order to make our program successful.
Right. And Mr. Wood, recovery is not a simple, well, it's an end, but it's a process.
It is a
Speak to that
process.
for just a moment.
That process is important, and the reason why we're here is to build awareness and help families understand that the support system that we provide for those people.
And people do relapse.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that's
Relapse
part of the
is
process.
a part of recovery.
Right.
It is. It's not something, not everyone does, but many do, and it is part of the process. So it's something that we understand will happen, but we want to encourage people to make better decisions, not always penalize them for addiction. Addiction is a very serious disease.
And that's a key word. If you'd speak to that, it is a disease rather than a condition.
It is absolutely being identified as a disease within the brain, and that it's stimulated by that particular substance. So we have to treat it as such. So again, we want to encourage people to make better decisions and better choices, but we mostly want to provide support to them as a treatment coordinator, as well as encourage them, as she said, to go into the community, to be a part of AA, NA, and other support groups. So as they transition from us, that support is there, and they can be successful in their recovery.
Brunswick County's a leader, right?
I like to think so.
Well, we are, because we have several treatment courts, and if you would, please list those or tell us a little bit about each one of those.
Yes, sir, absolutely. We have our drug treatment court, which is our bedrock court, if you will, and all other courts are modeled after our drug treatment court program. We have a mental health court program that has also within that a co-occurring track. We have a DWI therapeutic court program. We have a domestic violence therapeutic court program, and we have a sex offender court where we track those who are registered sex offenders in our community and make sure that they are in compliance with treatment.
And Judge, most, if not all of these have been with us for quite some time, but I want to talk about a recent grant that you got.
Yes, sir.
Which allows you to grow these courts, provide more treatment, and provide more success for these individuals.
Yes, sir.
Talk about that. If it's $900,000+.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Dr. Carrie Menke serves as our mental health court coordinator. She is the genius behind the grants that we have received. She has written over $1.5 million worth of grants, and here recently we received a grant from the federal government in the amount of $975,000 for a 3-year period. This grant allowed us to hire additional personnel, to expand the court, to pay for treatment, and it even provides for transportation. As we know, Brunswick County is over 900 square miles, and transportation seems to be a great concern, especially with the courthouse in the middle of the county in Brunswick, and we have in Bolivia, and we have people coming from Calabash, Southport, Leland, who do not have transportation.
For either of you, let's talk about some of the challenges that these individuals face, because you just mentioned transportation sounds simple to so many of us, but it's
Sure.
very difficult for a number of these people just to get to the courthouse.
Yes, sir. I'll let Ray speak to that as he has
And
the
other
DWI.
related
Yes.
matters.
One of the key components of my job is case management. And what we do is a needs assessment. What needs do they have within the community? It could be food, could be shelter.
Sure,
Some people
of
have
course.
transitional housing issues. Other individuals have transportation issues. Other individuals have problems with childcare. So our job is to assess that and provide as many resources as we can to help them with that. So work here again as an additional support to link them to those type of services.
Right.
And we do our very best job based on the resources that we have in Brunswick County.
Of course.
So as someone who's worked in Wilmington, it appears that there are a little bit more compact resources there, but as we expand treatment courts and expand awareness, resources will continue to come to Brunswick County. So
Well, it's
this
a large
awareness-
county.
It's a very large county.
Sheer
very rural.
logistics are a problem at times,
That
I'm
is,
sure.
that is. But we do our very best to help them, and as the judge said, Royal Cab Company has just come on board and helping us out with transportation.
Okay.
That
Good.
has been something that has been initiated within the last 2 months, and has been very successful in helping people get to court.
Judge, as our time concludes, let's talk about success stories, and in fact, I'm sure you have failure stories as well.
Yes, sir. We have had some epic failures. It saddens me to say that we have had individuals who, while in the program, overdose and die.
Wow.
It is very sad for us, the heroin epidemic, not only here, but throughout the state of North Carolina, and what we as professionals are battling and what individuals are battling. And so from each one of those epic failures, we take away what we can to learn what we can do better
Right.
for our participants.
Right.
We are mandated under the grant to allow medical assistance in therapy, and those treatments include methadone,
Vivitrol, Suboxone, Subutex.
and we allow those therapies in our court. And studies show that at about the 90-day clean mark, which, by the way, is where we lost both of the individuals that I'm talking about, if there is medicated assistance, they tend to do better. And so we are making that available.
But I want our viewers to know of the success stories as well. I don't
Yes,
want to
sir.
leave on a sour note.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Tell us about those very quickly.
We have great success stories. We have individuals who are homeowners, who own their own businesses, who come back to the courts to volunteer their time and talk about their stories. We have one who's going to help us with the alumni program and is
Wonderful.
there in court every drug court night. And so we even have an individual who had separated from his family and was divorced, and they remarried while he was in the program. So we do have lots of success stories, and we hope to continue to be
And
successful.
that's how we succeed, one person at a time.
Absolutely.
Judge Lewis and Mr. Wood, thank you for being with us. It's
Thank
a great
you.
story that you have.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We're here at the First Tee of Brunswick County, and my guest is Don Hall. Don, welcome to our show.
Well, thanks for inviting us.
Don, you have a great story. You're the executive director of the First Tee.
That's correct. Been here since October. Happy to be with the First Tee program here in Brunswick County.
Great. Tell our viewers what First Tee is all about.
Well, we use golf as a vehicle for teaching life skills and character education, and it's something that's near and dear to my heart. I've been involved in youth service and youth development for a number of years through Boys and Girls Clubs. And
Right.
so this is right up my alley and something that I really believe in, and you know, it's something that helps support the schools and families and gets kids on the right road to success in life.
So you use golf to teach principles of life for these young kids. Right?
We have our 9 core values, and we have a number of things that will teach kids using the game of golfing. Things like persistence and honesty, integrity, all the values that need to be underlying you know, a successful individual as they're moving forward in life. And it's some great values that the game of golf is pretty good at teaching us.
Sure, absolutely. What's the age range?
Well, we have everything from our little linksters on up to 17-year-olds. So our regular program, as you can see from player and par, The kids are starting here at 7 years of age and going up to 17. But the little youngsters are beginning, you know, in that 6-year-old age range.
You've been around about 10 years or more.
Right. The First Tee of Brunswick County has been around since 2006. In fact, we just celebrated our 10-year anniversary here in November of 2015.
And you have a great facility here. I'm so impressed. I knew a lot about First Tee, but I'd never been to your facility. It's just marvelous.
Yeah, it's kind of a well-hidden, well-kept secret. A 28-acre golf facility. We have the McLam Par 3 course, which is a 9-hole Tom Watson design course. We have regulation 3 holes with 18 tee boxes, so you can play a full 18. We have our driving range, and of course we have our Carolinas Leadership Academy that was built here a couple years ago, and that's got a full kitchen, meeting rooms, dormitories, so we can have kids staying here and learning about leadership and life skills, golf skills, all that in a residential sort of environment.
You've given me the perfect transition because to make all this happen, and with thousands and thousands of kids that you're serving, you need volunteers.
Volunteers are a key component. The First Tee of Brunswick County only has 3 paid staff.
Okay.
Myself, Terry Mooney, who's our program director, and a part-time administrative assistant, Shannon Parks. So we need lots of volunteers to help with coaching, with our fundraising efforts, with the club fitting area. We even have a group that volunteers and helps us with our facility maintenance to keep things you know, working here as far as mowing and all the things that a regular golf course would need. We have volunteers helping us
But
do.
it's a year-round endeavor in the hopes that these volunteers will support you.
Correct, and we're always in need of new folks that'll want to come in and donate of their time, and we're fortunate in this area that we have a lot of folks who come here to enjoy the beach and the golf that's offered, and they bring some great skill sets with them.
But you need more.
But we always need more.
Great. Terry, I know you have a big golf tournament coming up. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, it's going to happen at Sea Trails Golf Resort on the 4th of June. This is a new location for us. We'll be at all 3 of the golf courses out at Sea Trail. We're happy to have made the move and give the south end of the county a little try for this. Obviously, we're excited to try and fill up the field again with 360 golfers. Registrations are kicking off right now in the month of March, and people can come out, have a great tournament experience playing golf there at Sea Trail, 10 a.m. shotgun.
Right.
It's $95 to play as an individual golfer, and it's a captain's choice format. We already have commitments for some hole-in-one prizes, and I believe there'll even be a chance for $1 million hole-in-one contest sponsored by Island Spas and Pools.
That's for me.
You know, that's about the only way I'm going to get a hole-in-one and win $1 million, I think, is in a contest like this.
Your previous tournaments have been sellouts.
Correct. We've had a full field. We've been fortunate to partner with the clubs at St. James, but this year we couldn't quite work out the logistics, and so we had to move the tournament to, you know, down in Sea Trail, and we're excited about having that opportunity as well, and appreciative of what you know, the clubs at St. James were able to do for us in the past.
And to point out the obvious, it's a fundraiser, and those funds go directly to the First Tee.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of our important fundraisers. It's not only golf, but there's a lunch and dinner event following where we'll have a variety of auction items. Obviously, one of the culminating events will be this $1 million hole-in-one contest where 3 folks will be selected that enter into that particular contest. They'll go out about 170 yards and have an opportunity to try and make a shot like the pros do.
That's great.
And if they can manage to get that hole-in-one, there's a $1 million annuity waiting for them.
That's great. Don, thanks for being with us. It's a great story that you have, and thanks for all that you're doing for our kids here in Brunswick County.
My pleasure.
Thank you. We're here with Terry Mooney, Program Director and Coach here at the First Tee of Brunswick County. Thanks for being with us, Coach.
Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
We appreciate you. You're a PGA professional in your own right. and formerly played on the tour.
I have a lot of experience. I tell everybody my life is golf. So Coach T is all about golf, and that's what this program is about. Golf is the vehicle to teach these kids to be good citizens and inspire them to do the right thing, to have core values like honesty, integrity, respect, what golf teaches us. So it's a great gig for me, no doubt.
Terry, you're our coach here, but you're also a former PGA pro and played on the tour.
Yeah, I have quite a background. I started golf as a little kid, played my way through high school and college, turned pro at age 22, was good enough after 5 years to play the PGA Tour with the likes of Fuzzy Zeller and Tom Kite and Tom Watson and Raymond Floyd and Palmer Nicholas. And then again, I did that in the Champions Tour when I turned 50. And in between, I had 3 golf directors' jobs. So golf has been my life. And so I always tell everybody that I've been healthy. I've stayed healthy because I've been outside, I've been playing golf, and those 9 core values that I saw with the first tee back in 2006 was who I am. I learned those playing golf.
Right.
Being a good sport, having confidence and perseverance.
Tell me about the big names you mentioned. They really are good guys.
They really are. Every one of those I mentioned are fabulous people. I learned a great deal about golf, about life, about so many things, just playing with them, talking with them, having lunch with them, being paired with them. It was an unbelievable experience, and been very fortunate to be able to play at that level with those guys like the Palmer and the Nicholas and the Watsons. It's been a great run for me. And to be able now to tell these stories to these kids and give back this.
That's exciting.
It not only makes me smile, makes me sleep good at night, but it gives these kids insight as to, wow, this is pretty cool stuff. I might want to do this.
I want to talk about the programs, but tell us what's behind us.
Well, we have clubs. Clubs are all donated. Everything is donated to our kids so that there's no cost to the parents. The golf bags, the golf balls, the tees, the shoes, the gloves, the clubs. And we cut them down in different color sizes for the little ones from 4 to 5 to 6 years old all the way to adults. And the parents can save as much as $1,000 for a set of clubs because we'll outfit the kids when they register and come into our program.
So for these kids, when they're here in 7 and 8 years old and they outgrow those clubs, they can turn them in and ask for another set.
We come in and get them another set. They're all color-coded for different heights, and it works out great. We have 2 good volunteers who come in and cut our clubs for us, and we purchase the grips for them. They put them together, and old Coach T has to put them all together and get them to the kids, but it's fun. It's fun.
Tell us about the spring program.
Spring programming registration is up for our spring classes for after school. It's 4:30 to 6. We have classes here at Chingali Creek during the week for kids ages of 17, Player Par, Birdie, Eagle Ace, and then we have classes at Magnolia Greens in Leland and also Old Fort Golf Club and also St. James, South Harbor Par 3, and Oak Island. The registration page is open at thefirstteeofbrunswickcounty.org. You just go in and click spring programming and you're in. All you do is call our office and we'll get you hooked up and get you in the program.
You also have summer camps.
Summer camps are coming. People are already signing up. We run 2 in the summer in June, 2 in July, and 2 in August. And they're Tuesday through Friday in the mornings. It's only like $35 if you're a resident, $45 if not. We provide the clubs, we provide the coaches, and you come here and the kids have fun, and we'll babysit the kids for those 3 or 4 hours and have a good time with them.
You know, our viewers will be shocked to know how many kids you serve
Amazing.
county-wise.
Yeah, it's
do you
amazing.
have a
Yeah, we're in every school, elementary school in the county. That's 10 schools. So we're servicing 65, maybe 7,000 kids, 6,500 to 7,000 kids in what we call our NSP program, an in-school program. Then we do a school day program where the 4th and 5th graders come to this site, come to St. James and also Magnolia Greens. We give them the character education along with golf, so we do that in the fall and the spring, the 4th and the 5th graders. So we're touching as many lives as we can through the great game of golf.
That reminds me of your Leadership Academy. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's number 3 on the docket, and it's coming up. It's in the summer. We host 9 academies there for kids ages 14 to 17, and they come and stay overnight, 2 and 3 nights. We house 50 kids in there. We have trained coaches to deliver the golf, including myself, PGM interns from around the country that come in, and they also get 7 hours of leadership training beyond
Really
the first tee world as well. They got their own 9 core values like honor, commitment, punctuality, selfless service. That's a great program in itself, and it's in our facility building called the Carolinas Leadership Academy, 9,000 square foot building, fabulous facility and a fabulous program.
Teacher always learns as much as the student, right?
Absolutely. I learn every day, and I love giving back.
We do.
Because it's about giving back, and that's what we and all of our volunteers do for these kids. I'm the only paid instructor, so to speak. Everybody volunteers their time and efforts for these kids so we can have a better world moving forward.
You have some great success stories during the years here already. Tell us about one.
Yeah, just in this program's been around since 2006, and in the 4 years I've been here, we've managed to have kids graduate from high school and go on into college, obviously, and play college golf. There's some great stories here. Our caddy bib banners come from the first tee of Pebble Beach Open, the Nature Valley Open, which is the pinnacle for the kids that want to take their game to the next level to qualify. Most recently, Ashley Sloop from Southport, South Brunswick High School, came through our program at 6 years of age. She's playing Division I college golf. I was part of that process with her, and Cameron Smith, who's been like a daughter to me, came up 3 years ago, couldn't break 100. Now she's playing Division II golf at Queens as a freshman, and a great story there. So, and I got to caddy for her at Pebble Beach, so that was awesome.
Well, let's say I don't play golf, even though I do, but I don't play golf. How can I get involved? Or is it worthwhile for me to get involved?
For you personally?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. If you want to give back, this is a great opportunity. The volunteer button is easy to click. You just go through that. We get the background check and clear you. You can come to our new coach training that we have twice a year, and you can learn to teach golf. Hot dog in the bun, belly button toe tap, all these little key words that are easy for you and the kids to understand. Plus you see you smiled because you like it and the kids like it.
Absolutely.
It's not very technical. So you can do that. You can also get on a greens mower and learn how to cut the greens. You can come in here and do a lot of database work that we have to do to track the kids.
Opportunities are endless.
They are. They really are.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, you touch thousands of kids, but how about your better golfers? Do they have some special opportunities as well?
Yeah, it's a very unique situation we're starting this summer with our Carolinas Leadership Academy. It's a springboard of that, as opposed to not coming in and doing actual leadership. It's a golf-only academy, and we encourage all high school players from the Carolinas, Georgia, Tennessee. We don't care, just come in.
Oh, I see.
There is a fee involved because you're going to get a high-intensity golf experience every day for 4 days, including the indoor simulator, a launch monitor system that the kids are all, the more into golf kids understand their launch, their speed, their spin rate, and all these kind of things. And we have PGA pros along with myself that's teaching that. It's not cheap. You have to pay, just like sending them to any other of these great golf academies around the country. So we're kicking that off this summer, one in early June and one in late August. We're only taking the first 32. You register online under the Carolinas Leadership Academy and goes right to the Player Academy. The Player Academy button is on our webpage. You click that on and you're in. And we'd love to have as many folks as we can get in there, but we're only taking the first 32.
But because this is a golf center, you'll have kids from all over the East applying.
We will. All up and down the East Coast, we hope to get them in here because it's a unique experience when it's all about golf. And a lot of these kids, they want to play college golf. They see Roy McIlroy and Bubba Watson. They got to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
High school's a great place to do it.
Absolutely. Coach, thanks for being with us. It's a great story. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. It is a great story. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on Our Hometown. If you have a story that you'd like to share with us, please contact us at atnctv.com. Join us again next month as we explore more of Our Hometown.